Good morning. I was looking around on YouTube at different videos and I run across one that a guy made a drill press guide, I guess you would call it. It's to make a drill press a little bit more effective, and I thought I liked his idea, but I think I come up with one that I would use. It's maybe simpler to build. And let me show you how I did it. I'll move the camera in a little bit closer here. I started off with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood that's 20 inches wide by 16. As soon as I put it together, I found I had to take off this back side so I could operate the mechanism that raises and lowers my drill press plate. So anyway, I started off with this guide here. I bolted it onto the old drill press plate with 3 bolts that are countersunk, so they won't be in the way and they will keep the surface completely level. And then I built me a fence, I'll call it. It's a simple piece of 20 inches long of just stock lumber, and I had 2 pieces, so I glued and screwed these 2 together, and I'll show you how that works. I got 2 mounting holes. I got one here if I want to pivot from this side, and I also have one over here if I want to pivot from this side. So let's work on this one first. It's a 1/4 inch bolt. Goes up through the fence. And then a nut and washer go on here. Doesn't have to be real tight, just finger tight to keep it from moving around. By having this bolt and nut on here, I can pivot this piece. I can pivot it from around here all the way around here. And then to hold it, I simply have a clamp that goes on the small piece of this stock and clamps it right to the table. First, let's get it positioned where we think we want it. You'd have to have a piece of lumber, and then you tighten that up, and that makes that fence solid. Now then, you could take your piece of lumber and say you wanted to drill some uniform holes at that distance all along this side and this side. You'd put up the first hole, drill your hole, move it up to the next hole, drill it, so on. Then you could rotate the piece and do this side. Well, that made it pretty good. And then I thought if there was a stop block in here, you could drill several pieces with uniform holes. So I built me a stop block, and all the stop block is a 2x4 glued and screwed on a piece of wood. This is about 3 inches and this is about 4 inches. And you could put it anywhere you like along here. And then it clamps to the fence. Just real simple like that. You position it where you want, you tighten up your clamp. Now then, you put that in the corner, drill your hole, in for in, drill another one. Then if you had 5 or 6 more pieces like this, you'd do the same thing, and all these holes would be uniform. Now, I found out right away that you're going to drill into your top plate here, and that's not going to be very good, and it might even be too low for the drill to reach all the way through. So what I did, I cut some scrap pieces. I got just a couple here. If one's all it takes, fine. If it takes 2, that way you're not drilling into the top plate down here. You're drilling into the scrap lumber, and you can still make your uniform holes. I thought that was a pretty simple approach to making a drill press guide, and I hope I can use that in my future projects. Thanks for watching.